is up, Star Wars fans? Welcome to Star Wars Stop. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything coming in the June patch that's coming along with the Solo Season Part 2 on June 12th. So first and foremost, Emperor Palpatine, this latest patch actually ended up breaking him, so his chain lightning ability was not doing any damage. That is fixed in this patch, thank God. Captain Phasma, her first order sentry droid now only is going to last for 5 seconds after she's been defeated. That is good. I wish that the officer turrets would just instantly die after officers die, because they can just stay alive and be very annoying. Lando Calrissian, they basically fixed an issue where his disabler was not stunning enemies. That'll be good. That is Lando's one of his probably second best ability, and it can be really make or break, so I'm glad they fixed that. They fixed an issue where a disabler would also sometimes affect friendlies, apparently. I've never seen that, but if it's been doing that, that must be really annoying. With Rey, they fixed an issue where Rey could dash through a lightsaber block. That is interesting. I didn't realize she could do that, but now it kind of makes sense why she is such a freaking good lightsaber dueler against other enemy villains. Anyways, getting into classes, special units, and vehicles. So they fixed an issue where an equipped trooper appearance was not applied when deploying into a vehicle. I didn't realize that, but you know, for all you ATRT/speeder bike drivers, you'll like that. The lock-on system, they've updated the lock-on logic, so now it's going to warn whenever an item is locking onto them, not just when the item has already locked on. So that's pretty good. The Assault class, now this is something that I personally have been annoyed by for a while. It's basically when you combat roll and you try and use Toughen Up, like Toughen Up will sound like it's working, but it won't work, and it pisses me off because I think that I'm using Toughen Up, but I'm not. So they've made it so now that if I'm understanding what they're saying, your combat roll is blocked for a brief period when activating Toughen Up, so as to prevent discrepancies between the animation, audio, and the ability's activation. So trying to make that a little more smooth. With the Heavy, they fixed an issue where the Marksman star card incorrectly reset the sentry ability duration on headshot kills. Marksman is only intended to affect heat-based weapons. They gave the Ion Torpedo 3 shots per magazine instead of 1 to make it more reliable against air targets. I hate that turret, but I mean that torpedo, so hopefully it's... But I do also hate starfighters, so I'm hoping that makes an impact in that realm. They also increased Ion Torpedo's damage to make it more reliable against vehicles overall, so I do hope that, yeah, the starfighter strafing can get toned down a bit on maps like Hoth. Now with the Officer, the incoming, we all saw this coming, so they've slightly reduced the damage of the SE-44C and the Blurg with the intention of making these less viable in a situation where an assault rifle should be better suited. I agree, the assault class should be gunning down the Officer more often. The Officer can freaking one-shot the assault class with his Blurg. They also slightly reduced the flash duration of Flash Grenade. I wish they increased that to extremely reduce the flash duration, because that is lasting way too long. I don't like spending the freaking whole game being blind. They also fixed an issue where improved Flash Grenade inadvertently caused a longer flash duration than the default version. So again, nice change there. They've actually implemented some health changes, so this Specialist, this is a pretty big deal. It's gone from 100 base health to 150 base health. Let's see how that pans out. So now, that is good news, because now you have a map for extraction, a lot of smaller game modes where you're going to need that health. But it could get annoying on a big map like Crate, but I guess basically you're just going to have to land better headshots to compensate for the fact that you can't one-hit those pesky snipers. Health regeneration per second has been decreased from 60 to 30 for the Specialist, which is good because they're meant to kind of sit back anyways. Now they've also messed with sprint recovery, so basically they've made it so that sprint recovery is how fast you can raise your weapon after sprinting, and basically the order it goes is that Officers have the fastest, Assault class has the second fastest, Specialists have the third fastest, and Heavies have the longest time to recover from, sprint. Now with aerials, they've reduced the time on rocket launchers from 1.1 second to 0.8 seconds. 1 second to 0.8 seconds to make the timing from activation to firing snappier and quicker, so that is good. They've increased the time the player has control over the jump pack, kind of like what they did to Boba, just to give you a little more control over that jetpack. So yeah, that is it for the unit balance changes. I know that's what you guys are most interested in, but if you want to read more about some of the game mode changes and the general game changes they've made, I put a link in the description to the full patch notes so you guys can check them out way at the bottom of the list. But I wanted to definitely talk about the balancing because I know that's what everybody's interested in. But that is it for this video. Be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe, stay up to date on tons and tons of Star Wars content. Have an awesome day.